Shine with Janelle Lanise. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.
Allow me to introduce myself. Thank you for shining with me first and foremost every week on Shine with Janelle Lanise. I am a certified transformational life coach, speaker, author, as well as a certified financial coach. Each week I hope to elevate you, educate you, and entertain you with our various guests and various topics here on Shine with Janelle Lanise. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend. And now on to this week's show. Hello, and welcome to Shine. Thank you so much for shining with me today and every week. Thank you so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If this is your first time tuning in to Shine, welcome. And to all my loyal listeners, thank you for coming back time and time again. I appreciate you both. I sincerely appreciate you all. And it just means the world to me that you take time to listen to my podcast. I call Shine a life podcast. It's all about educating, elevating, and entertaining. If you just discovered Shine today or this week, or someone said, hey, there's a new podcast called Shine, this is the 88th episode. So the beautiful thing about podcasts is you can go back and listen to all the past episodes. It's a beautiful thing. You can listen from anywhere at any time, whether you're at the gym, whether you're at work, at home, or just chilling. You can pop on your headphones or stream it through the car and listen to Shine. There are some great shows, and I've had amazing guests. I had Steve Russell from the group Troop. I've had R&B artist, Grammy Award winner Erica Kane. I've had amazing women and men and just amazing people on this podcast. I'm very, very proud of what it's doing. I see big things in our future. I'm claiming that right now. Listen, don't forget to listen to Shine and tell your friends and family. Oh, and if you subscribe, you'll get notifications. But not only will you get notifications, you will help me gain and garnish sponsorship. So that's how a lot of podcasts work. The bigger they get and the more people know about them, they'll have great brands advertising on their podcast. And it's all about the subscriber nation. So I hope you guys will help me out with that. And if you like what you hear, you continue to come back. All right. So let's talk about briefly. So today's show will be my Women Bosses series. And if you listen to Shine, you've heard this before. I like to shine the spotlight on women bosses, because as women, we're already bosses. But then when we're entrepreneurs and we get into that arena, I like to support and encourage that. And I also like to promote women-owned businesses. So some women bosses that I know of and you know of are celebrating birthdays today. Jada Pinkett Smith, Holly Robinson Pete, and this week it was Taraji P. Henson's birthday also. And to me, they're all women bosses. They carved out a niche in this entertainment world, and they're killing the game. Holly Robinson Pete, she's been doing it for forever. She turned 55. Today, she looks amazing. Jada turned 48. And Taraji this week turned 49. But I can't forget about my boy, Ricky Bell. It is his birthday, too. You guys know Ricky Bell from my favorite group, New Edition, along with BBD and RBRM. So happy birthday to all of them. All right. So as I stated, I'm going to spotlight women bosses today. I am pleased with this week's show and this week's guest. As you guys know, women bosses, that's what we're talking about today. And tonight I have two sisters, and they go by the name of Janelle and Jewel. So let me read their bio before I introduce these amazing women. And I'm going to tell you how I come to know these women and what they do. So Culturally Crafted was started in 2017 as a brand that is designed to represent the many facets of our culture. Culturally Crafted is owned by Janelle and Jules, sisters who were born and raised in Miami and moved to the Philly area several years ago. Janelle is the oldest, who is the mother of a 13-year-old son, and Jules is the mother of 4 boys, ages 11 years to 15 months. The brand began as not just a way to represent our culture, but also acts as a creative outlet which doesn't get much exercise at their day jobs. During the day, both work for a healthcare company, the same healthcare company, and during their time off, and while they're not off, they're trying to figure out ways to expand the brand and their customer base. The goal of Culturally Crafted is to spread love amongst our community and showcase that none of us are the sum of what you see in the media or otherwise. They are more intricate and complex than we are portrayed on television and in the media. So they want to take part in changing that narrative. I think that that's amazing, and I think that they should be spotlighted, and I'm pleased that they are joining me on Shine. Ladies, are you there?
Yes, we are. Hello. Thank
Hello.
you so much for having us.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. And I got so excited about the intro, I forgot to do my life note. So let's start with our life note, and then we're going to get right into the conversation. All right, it's time for this week's life note. All right, so this week's life note is: there is no force more powerful than a woman determined to rise. That's our life note for today's show, and I think it's appropriate for you all.
Yeah, that's right on target here.
Right on target. Well, welcome to Shine, ladies, once again. Thank you for shining with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So I just want to tell the folks how I discovered you. Well, not discovered you that way, but how I first came to know about Culturally Crafted. So that was it last month, AFRAM in Baltimore, the African American Festival. They had a booth up, and the booth drew my attention because it was very pretty. It was very neat. It was very colorful. And I tipped into there. And then once I tipped into your, I don't even want to call it a booth. Was it a tent? I guess it was a tent, right?
Yeah, we had a tent out there, and thank you. Yeah, we put a lot of effort into trying to stand out a little bit, and we love bright colors and wanted to incorporate that. So thank you. We hear a lot from from our women customers. They're like, oh, this stands out. This looks really good. Pink is prevalent, and we kind of go with that.
Absolutely, because I didn't approach anyone else that day. And although there were a lot of vendors out there, you guys, I don't know, it's something about you guys. And then, of course, once I saw the product, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. So tell the people about what they can see when they see you at an event, or they go online, or your social media outlets. What can they see from you? Like, what are you selling, and what is it all about?
Yeah, so we try to bring joy in different areas. So like I said, we like bright colors and things that attract, our culture, sayings and cool things that just represent us in a variety of different ways. So we have in our shop everything from water bottles with some niche sayings on there to beach towels or couch throws that you can use at home that have really unique artwork and are colorful and can represent each person, and each person can kind of figure out which one speaks to them. So there's a variety of things. We have T-shirts. We're going to be introducing some new things later on this year, getting ready for the fall season, some sweatshirts. So there's a number of different things, buttons, that we offer in our shop. Hats, yeah, we have some curl caps. So we are both naturalistas, and we have, big curly hair, and and found that, it can be hard to kind of stuff our hair in those little holes in the back of regular
Yeah.
caps. So all of our caps are open back caps with, cool things on them. And so, for example, we have one curl cap that says Black Girl Hustle. So that's one of our top sellers that just allows us to just get out there and let the world know what we're about, so.
Absolutely. So you talked about that particular saying, which is pretty dope. Black Girl Hustle. I believe I'm a black girl who hustles, and you ladies clearly are, and a lot of our listeners, that's what they're about. They're about that hustle, whatever that means. You hear on social media all the time, grind and shine, and everybody's on their hustle and black girl magic. So I think that that's appropriate. Now let's talk about some of the other sayings. I mean, you had so many amazing quotes. First, do you design the shirts yourself? Do you come up with the slogans and the quotes on the products?
So we do. It took us a while to get started with the shirts. That was our first product, were the T-shirts. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we do a lot of brainstorming to figure out what we feel like would reach a good group of people and what describes many of us. So we're trying to be as creative as possible and, come up with things for the T-shirts and the caps and everything.
Okay. Can you let them...
Yeah, we said lots of stuff back and forth and say, hey, does this resonate with you or does you like this? And so we have a whole little process.
I love that.
Yeah, this works for me.
So let's talk about, can you give the audience about 6 different shirts or 6 different sayings, because they're not just on shirts. That's how you started. But you had some amazing T-shirts out there, and you said for the fall and winter months you're going to come out with sweatshirts. But let the people know what sayings you have on there, because they might listen to the show and say, you know what, that's what I'm ordering. Oh, I like that, without even seeing them, just because they like what's said on the product and what it means to them. Can we name about 6 of them?
Sure, yeah. So some of our top sellers, we have a really bright yellow shirt that has some bright blue and pink on there for our 80s and 90s lovers that says Pardon My Fresh. So that's one of our top sellers.
I might want that, but go ahead.
And so we also have a shirt that says Queenin', and, fun story about that is one of our customers purchased at one of the festivals that we were at, and we happened to see her at another festival, and she was sharing how her husband, how it's become a thing in their household where she kind of puts on her shirt and he says, oh, so you cleaning today?
Oh, I love that.
She doesn't have on her shirt and she has a little attitude. He's like, oh, so you cleaning today?
I love that. Queenin'. I think I might need to get that one too. Okay. I'm going to be broke fooling with you ladies.
Another one, fan favorite, is we have one that says shout out to black women, and underneath it says just because. So
yeah,
we don't really need to do just because.
See?
We're dope like that.
See? Oh my gosh, I love that one too. I'm sure our listeners love that too. Okay, go on.
One that generates a lot of conversation between the men and the women seems to be is that we have one that says, they don't pray, they don't stay.
Oh, yes, I love that. I love that. My husband and I just did a live prayer on Facebook Live. So I'm with that one. I think I might need that one too. I think that's important. I love it. Okay, what's the next one?
So for our fellas out there, we have a shirt that says Protect Her.
Yes, love it.
And who's in all caps. So, believing that our men are out there to protect us in more ways than one, right?
Yeah.
So just able to promote that and know that they are protectors. Trying to think of another one. So we have also some kids shirts, which is kind of an under market. We have a kids shirt that says "Get on my level." We
like
have another one that has that says "Future" or "Game Changer." Those are all of our kids shirts. And Yeah, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. We have one that's a unisex shirt that says Black History Every Day.
Yes,
so
love it.
Don't try to confine us to February.
Absolutely. I love it because it's so true. Black history is 365 days. I don't know about you, but after February ends and before it begins, I'm still Black and I'm still living Black history and I'm still,
right.
So it's interesting when we talk about Black history and, the whole joke is, okay, they gave us the shortest month of the year. But it's they gave it to us like, oh, thank you. Is that a gift? Because it's Black history every day for me. But thanks for the gift. Exactly. We won't even get into the Black history side of it and, how this country was built. That's for a whole nother show and maybe even podcast or maybe not. But I think those are some amazing slogans, and even your name, Culturally Crafted, because I can look at that as, okay, culturally crafted, these are the shirts that are culturally crafted, or I can look at myself and say, I'm culturally crafted.
Yeah, we definitely believe that, we are crafted and put here for a reason, and, we're here to represent our culture and not shy away from it, so... we thought that the name, we went through a number of different names, and that one just really resonated with both of us. And, we talked to our families and our significant other, and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And that seems to, work for what you guys are trying to do. So it really resonated with everyone, and we're really proud of that name.
Yeah, and I love that name, and it does stand out. And then when you see that up on a flyer, a billboard, a tent, a sign, when you see that, it's almost a proud slogan. It's like, okay, let me see what this is about. Because when you say culturally crafted, it was no doubt in my mind that this was a Black business. Let me just put it out there. Like, it was no doubt in my mind because of that name. So even though it doesn't say it in the name, you can still tell, and it still emphasizes that point about being culturally crafted, and you can use it in more than one way, as I stated earlier. All right, so you are sisters, but you are sisters with an ERS. How is it going into business with your sister? Either sister can answer that one.
It's interesting, to say the least. I feel like it's easier than a lot of people might expect, but I guess we get along pretty well already, and we don't have similar tastes, but we each other's taste. Like, we understand how we know what each other's gonna like, right? So we're not really fighting about or disagreeing about designs and stuff, because we also know that even people that don't like our stuff, somebody out there is going to like it, because we're all not the same. So, we try to bring everything to the table and, slowly put everything out as much as we can, as much as possible. And we work pretty well together, I think. So,
yeah,
I would agree. I think we're like yin and yang. So, like she said, we kind of complement each other in different ways. So it works well for us, and we know each other really well. Obviously, we grew up together with sisters. So it allows for us to, be creative and walk away when we need to, because we know when we're getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
We can come back, but we know that we're both in it for the long haul, and we're both committed to not only the business, but to each other and helping each other grow and succeed. So, it runs deeper than just the business for us. So
yeah.
It works really well.
And you can trust one another, and you can value one another's opinion. And you know that it's not only in the best interest of the business, but the best interest of that sister.
Right. Yeah, we don't really have those issues where, you're bringing something on and you're worried about, this person going to do that, or like, we don't have to deal with that. And maybe we may in the future when we decide to bring somebody additional, but right now I think we're good.
Yeah,
So, we don't really have those issues, so we're blessed in that way.
Yeah, for sure. You really are, because it's hard to get a great business partner. And it's interesting. I'm glad that you pointed out that you're different. You see things different. You have different tastes. I think that that's important. And I think that's an important message to stress, because some people think that they have to be the same. They have to have the same taste. But as long as your vision is the same, I think it complements to have two different perspectives, but with that one mission and the one outcome for your business and what you're striving for, because that gives you variety. Like you said, everyone doesn't like the same thing. So if you just have one person or both people saying the same thing, this should be good. And then when your consumers come, it's like there's no variety, because it's one person doing it. So I like that. I like that a lot. So have you always wanted to start your own business? And when you guys were younger, did you see yourselves going into business together, or it just happened? How did it come about?
Well, for me, I haven't always thought about starting my own business. I mean, I'm maybe like towards the end of college or so, but I realized that I don't do well with working for others. But so I got on my own eventually.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we talked about different businesses that we were maybe interested in slightly before, but we never really pursued it very much. Mm-hmm. But then we decided to do this, and we were both 100% on board, so it kind of worked out in that way.
Yeah.
And as for me, I'm probably the opposite. I always knew that I wanted to have my own business, and had been trying a couple different things from childhood and, the high school and college years, and just nothing ever really stuck. Mm-hmm. But I always knew that I would end up being an entrepreneur in some way, shape, or form, right timing, right place, right partner kind of thing. So, it's been a long pursuit and ended up in the right place.
I love that. So what is your vision for Culturally Crafted? Where do you see your business in the next, I won't even go 5 years. Where do you see your business in the next 3 years?
Yeah, so we're in a growth phase now, and that's what we're focused on, just getting our name out there. Even though we started officially in 2017, we took a hiatus, only to kind of help our mom out. She got ill, and then we started back up again this year. So we're blessed she's healthy now and good to go, and so we're able to kind of pour our energy into the business. So in the next 3 years, I really would love for us to be a household name, right? So when you think about shopping and you think about getting dope designs and cool things for your house, for your family, for your friends, that we're a brand that you think of, when people are thinking about supporting Black businesses, that we're a brand that they think of, and that we are seeing our designs all over. People are wearing our shirts, and, we can go out to the beach and see our towels out there. So it's just having a vision for just getting the brand out there and getting out in people's households and becoming a name within our culture that people can trust and know that they can go to for unique things to purchase and wear.
I think that that's awesome. I think that's an incredible vision. First, I want to say I'm glad your mom is well. You definitely don't want to ignore that she's well. But I admire that. Did you stop to make sure your mom was okay? Who can't respect that? Right. Who can't respect that? You talked about Black businesses, and I often talk about the Black dollar. There's a Killer Mike has a show on Netflix. And one of the episodes, he was talking about the Black dollar, and he wanted to go all day by using Black businesses, like not touching a business if they weren't owned by Black businesses. And through that study, they say that the Black dollar circulates for 6 hours, where other ones, they could go for 30 days. Other cultures, they can go for long periods of time and just use their dollar to circulate in their community. But they say in the Black community, it circulates for 6 hours. And then after that, you have to, if you want to eat, maybe if you want to get gas, if you want to, use your car, certain things that you're not able to circulate it. What does the Black dollar mean to you and becoming a household name and supporting Black? Do you all support Black as well? And I'm not saying solely, but is it important to you to support other Black businesses and circulate that Black dollar?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I saw that show on Netflix, and I thought that experiment was very interesting because it was very short. He couldn't really, he was asking about where the food came from at the Black-owned restaurants and everything. It was like short stop, right? He couldn't get very far, right? But I think for me, I'm very big on spending my money with Black companies, and I look for Black physicians and Black dentists and Black stores. When I moved up to Philly, I was on a hunt for a Black, physician that I could visit, and I found one, and I stuck with her, and I've been with her since I moved here. And I just now started going to a Black dentist because I just feel like, I think it's important to support our own people and not to keep, other cultures giving them our money when we have the same abilities or even better sometimes. So I think it's extremely important to, support our own.
Yeah, like you, same thing. Yep, same thing with my doctors, my dentists, the people. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and I was going to say the one thing that you'll find about us is that we know that we are one business in a sea of Black-owned businesses, right? So we feel like there's enough room for all of us to succeed and grow, and not, we don't be crabs in a barrel kind of fighting over the business.
That's right.
We all just figure out a way to support each other.
Yeah.
So, even on our website, we say kind of that same thing, right? It's enough of us all to be able to have every Black business grow and flourish in the way that they want to, if we all just kind of step up and support each other. So we are definitely advocates of supporting other Black businesses, to be able to help our community grow, our culture grow, and so that we can start doing things differently as a culture. But it's going to take all of us. So to be able to make that shift. Absolutely.
Well said. And I think it's important. I agree with you, ladies. I try my best to circulate the Black dollar. I look for Black business owners, like you guys said, physicians, dentists, whoever you're using. I think it's important to do that. And a lot of Black businesses, let's keep it real, get a bad rap. And a lot of them deserve a bad rap sometimes. And I think, it's quality. And I think sometimes when people have a Black business, they say, well, you should just use me because I'm Black. And then you get subpar service or subpar products. So I really want to, the Black business owners out there, you guys got to come correct. If you want us to circulate that Black dollar, if you want us to support you, you have to give quality. And I'm so glad a lot of them do. But then we have, on the other hand, some of them that make it bad for some Black people. Because I've spoken to some Black people and they're like, I don't go to Black businesses because of this, and this. And you want to support them and you want to say, well, why? Well, why don't you? But then you're like, okay, after you just gave that example, I understand why. So I just want to encourage all of the Black business owners to give quality service, quality products, come correct, because we want to be able to support you and we want to be able to refer you. But sometimes we don't refer you for the previous reasons I stated. All right. So,
it's important to say that, as a Black business, right, you're not necessarily competing with another Black business, but you're competing in the marketplace.
So true.
And so if people don't feel like your product is a quality product and they, kind of subscribe to going to go find a quality product, so you should focus on that first, making sure that your products are of quality so then they know that they can find that. And it's an added bonus that we're a Black business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can search out, there's two different ways to go. You search out for the Black business and then see if they have a quality product, or you're looking for a quality product and, this is a Black business I can support. So, but, at the end of the day, the quality product is going to reign.
Yeah.
And if you're going to keep that business and be able to keep your customers, then, we're definitely going to have to be able to compete in the overall marketplace and provide customers that quality of the quality and service and quality products. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said. When you go on social media, you see so many budding entrepreneurs. Everybody has a hustle. Everyone is trying to make it in this world, to make it in this marketplace. And it seems it's getting a little easier to kind of develop and to start a business, but the lasting and the staying power is where a lot of people fall. So I want you to talk to the budding entrepreneurs out there. They're trying to get their business plans together. They're trying to start a business, but they can't seem to get continuous business, or they don't know where to start. What advice would you give those women and men?
Yeah, so I think it's important. I mean, you have to just stick with it. And I think you have to also be realistic about your growth. So, it's not necessarily going to happen overnight. And knowing the statistics around new businesses, just not even just only Black businesses, right, but overall new startups and initiatives, and how over 50% of them fail in the first year. You have to be and have that kind of stick-to-itiveness and be able to shift and accept change. So if something's not working, shift on a dime, right? To be able to see new approach will work. And don't be so caught up in, sticking to what you planned out on paper that you cause the decline of your business because you're not willing to shift. So, there are designs that we put together that we're like, oh, we love this design, but it's not selling. So, we have to be able to shift and say, okay, well, what are we going to do with this? Are we going to continue to offer this design because it doesn't seem to be resonating with the people? And we could easily say, well, no, I really love this design and I really want to push it out. But if nobody's buying it and it's not talking to anybody, then it's not really worth it, right? So being able to know your audience and being able to shift with them to be able to kind of continue that growth of your business. But you got to stick to it. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're not making sales or you're not getting that exposure, giving up is not an option. And being able to just keep moving through and finding ways to shift as your business, needs to, and being flexible is what I would say.
That was excellent advice. That was excellent. Go ahead. Go further.
I think that you also need to be prepared to be discouraged at times. I didn't really think about that in the beginning, but I get discouraged and I anticipate. But I also don't let that stop me. I just take a breather. I slam my laptop and throw it on the bed or something, and then come back to next with a fresh mind or something. But I don't let that stop me and know what the ultimate goal is. And just if you got to walk away for even a week or something, do that and take a breather and refresh, and then come back with a new, attitude, so to speak. But just know that that's going to happen. So be prepared for that on top of everything else.
You know what? That was great advice. It truly was, because so first you said shift. Don't be afraid to shift or to change. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? This isn't working. Let's go back to the drawing board. And prepare to be discouraged. I love that. And you may have to shift and change your attitude, your point of view, walk away. That's what it sounded like you said. Close the laptop or slam it, walk away, and then come back. And I think that's important. And often as a life coach, I talk to people all the time, and I coach people. And that's some of the advice that I give even with life. So I love that you said that with business, because you can't be afraid to shift. In order to change, it may hurt a little. There might be growing pains, and you have to prepare to be discouraged, because life isn't always perfect. It's not always fair. It doesn't go as you think it should go. But when and then shifting that attitude. Like you said, getting a new attitude. So I think that applies to business and to life. I think that was well said, ladies. I do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely come in handy, and I think, we're blessed to have each other to just kind of push each other. And so if one of us is down, the other person can be like, okay, we got to keep doing this. Or, I'll take the brunt now. You kind of go and have your time that you need to kind of wind down and walk away, and the other person can kind of move forward, and we kind of play off of each other that way. But it's definitely come in handy for us.
I love that. So what I'm hearing you say, that it's great to have a business partner that you can rely on. When you're kind of depleted and defeated a little bit, then the other one steps in, or when one needs a break, the other one comes in. How important is it for you to work with a business partner? Like, could you see yourselves doing it without one another, or this formula is the best formula for you? Because that's what it sounds like.
For me, I think it's the best formula. I feel like if I didn't have a partner in it, it would be easier to give up, because you don't have that soundboard, you don't have somebody to clear your mind or tell you to back off for a second. Like, you just need somebody who's going to look at it at a different point of view from you. And if you didn't have that, I feel like you come to the obstacles and you feel like there's no way out of it, and because you're only seeing it from your way, so you have nobody else there to shift that way of thinking for you. So I definitely think it's not impossible, but it'd be extremely harder, I feel. Yeah, and I would agree. I think that, and even for those, because I know that there are a lot of solopreneurs, right? So people are doing this on their own and kind of pushing through. I would say, for me, even if you don't have a business partner, that's what works for us, and we find that it works well. But for those who don't, having some level of support, because you need somebody else to talk to you and kind of motivate you at times when you're not ready to motivate yourself, right? Yeah. So it's just like in life, you find a support system. Like, our significant others are extremely supportive. Our parents are extremely supportive. So if there's ever any conversation or we're down on ourselves, they're like, okay, well, what's going on with the business? What are you guys doing? And how are you guys going to do this? Then, it kind of helps moving us ahead, because it's not just us vested in this, right? Our families are invested in this and can help us continue to move forward.
And I think that's pretty darn awesome. I really, really do. It sounds like you guys didn't have any dream killers, anybody trying to a naysayer in the bunch, or you seem like you have a lot of support. You seem like you have a lot of people who really stand behind what you ladies are trying to do. What would you tell those people who have dream killers in their lives? They're saying that they want to start a business, and they're saying, you know what? How are you going to start a business? I don't think you should start a business. And it discourages them. So what would you tell those people who don't have supportive people like you guys, and they have dream killers in their ears?
Yeah, everybody's going to face that, right? Everybody didn't understand our vision. Everybody didn't see our vision. But you know what? We can show you better than we can tell you.
Hello.
So we didn't let that stop us. And, and even people talk about, how much money are you putting into the business, that kind of stuff. But again, it didn't stop us. We had a vision. We stepped out on faith. We wanted to go ahead and do this. And it's easier now for people to see, because we have, we have the website up. We're doing, we're doing these shows, are making sales, and people are like, oh, okay, I get it. So, it's hard for people.
And sometimes you do have to show them. Sometimes, because some people don't have the entrepreneurial blood or spirit, so they cannot relate no matter how much you try.
Sometimes people don't have that vision, and it's not for them. Right? So it's hard for them to be able to see something other than what they already know.
Right.
So entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Right.
And you can't expect it to be for everybody.
Right.
But if you know it's for you, you just keep that path forward and keep going.
I posted something today. It said, stop asking blind people to proofread your vision.
Right?
I reposted that. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody is just not going to see your vision. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, because they want everyone else to be so passionate about their business like they are, or their vision. And some people, it's your vision, so others may not see it. So I think a lot of people get discouraged when people start to ask questions and they're not really too sure on what they're doing anyway. And then when people don't see their vision. So I'm glad you ladies, stuck to your vision. And I just really applaud you for that. Wow, this time goes so fast. We have about 4 minutes left, but I just want to say, you guys have quality. We talked about quality in Black businesses, and I just want to tell my listeners, listen, I saw the stuff in person. Sometimes you see things online. It's not the same, but they're even the texture, the fabrics. I don't know if you guys saw, I touched it, I felt it, I picked it up. And I think that's important to a lot of people. And I know that's important to me. I don't want a cheesy t-shirt. I don't want something that looks like it's going to fall apart. I want quality. And these ladies have quality. I thank you guys so much, ladies, for coming on. I say guys so much and ladies. But thank you. I appreciate you coming on. Tell the people how they can get in contact with you, how they can buy your products. If you can do that briefly, and all your social media handles.
So you can find us, if you want to visit the website, it's culturallycrafted.com. On Instagram, we are at Culturally Crafted. On Twitter, we are at Crafted, the number 4, us, US. And you can, we're pretty active on social media. So find us there. Of course, visit our website, shop around, see what you like. Leave us a comment. You can contact us there if you want anything. If you're thinking about anything getting customized, we are open to that as well. So just visit us there. And then we'll also be posting where you can see us in person at any future events or anything. So.
Wow. And I thank you guys so much. If someone could answer this, either sister, Jewel or Janelle, if you're just tuning in, you got to go back and catch it. This is Janelle and Jewel of Culturally Crafted. In about 30 seconds, if someone is afraid to start their business, but you inspire them, what would you tell them?
I would say go for it, right? You're going to have a test, but in order to have a testimony, you have to have a test.
Hello, so somebody.
There is no looking back. You go for it, you move forward, and it will come to fruition. You just got to put in the work. And I
will add to it, if it doesn't work out, so what? You've tried, and you just pick yourself up and try again. Absolutely. But ladies, I thank you so very much for shining with me today. I greatly appreciate you all, and much success and continued blessings to you. You have a supporter in me. I'm definitely going to go shopping.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
You're so welcome, and I hope I see you again. I'm going to check that website out also to see where you guys will be next, because I would love to connect with you again.
Absolutely. Thank you. We hope to see you soon.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That was Janelle and Jewel of Culturally Crafted. Check them out. Thank you guys for tuning in to Shine once again. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. God bless.
Shine with Kendall Lanice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.